Sure. Congratulations to Maryland. That's a very, very good team. And we harped all week on, playing sharp, being clean, and that we had to really limit our mistakes because they are a team. The way they play, they pounce on your mistakes. And you look, we give up a goal on the backside because we're just 3 yards from our guy. If we're 3 yards closer, it's not a goal. They just take advantage of your mistakes, and it's a very good team. I loved our effort. I loved how hard we played. I loved our improvement at the face-off X on the wings and in the goal. I just don't think at each half of the field we were sharp enough. We weren't sharp enough offensively, and we weren't sharp enough defensively. And when we made a mistake at either end, we paid for it. And that's what a good team does. But for us, quite frankly, we can't dwell on this. We got to move on, and we got to move on now. And that's what we talked about in the locker room. My understanding is we'll play Rutgers, so we got to get ready in a short turnaround, and our focus is there. We got to learn from this and move forward.
Questions? What in particular at the offensive end wasn't sharp? I know they were solid enough at that on their defensive end.
Well, that's a very good defensive group. Kevin Connery does a great job with them. And then when you do break through, which we did a couple times, now you got to knock it past a first-team All-American goalie. And we couldn't seem to get over that hump and get that 7th goal. We were right there. We'd get down to, we'd fight back, and we just couldn't get over the hump. I thought we held the ball too long. The ball was in our sticks too long. Didn't move quickly enough. One of the things Coach Benson talked about was not taking the ball, setting up, and then dodging. We wanted to dodge right away, so they couldn't set up. And I felt like early in the game they were doing what we wanted to do. They'd carry it behind and go right to the invert and dodge right away, where we were setting up, we were pulling it out, and then attacking, which gave them an opportunity to set up. So we didn't feel like we played, super at either end, or not well enough to beat a team like this.
Ryan, from your perspective, what was it about some of those matchups, individual matchups that you guys were facing? I know, especially Shaq with Mueller and you with Dunn. What did they do to you guys?
Yeah, they had some very good defensive players. That's why they're such a good defense. So I think they, I don't know if defensively they were more concerned about their matchup instead of just playing team defense. They slid, they recovered, they did all that stuff really well. So I think their defense is more about playing collectively as a group than maybe saying like our guy versus your guy. So I think they played a good team defense.
Brian, what did you guys discuss in that very last time out? What was your offensive plan?
On the man up?
Yeah, last 2 minutes of the game.
Just come out and play our style with our offense. We didn't want to do things that we, I guess, had been doing earlier in the day, like making one dodge, throwing a dumb pass, or taking dumb shots, or not finishing shots. We wanted to kind of get back to what we had been doing all year and really work for our best opportunity, not our first opportunity. And that's kind of what we talked about this week, and we didn't really necessarily do. So,
Coach, is there any kind of solace that can be taken even in a loss when you say, we played well in a couple of areas, but there are many things that we just aren't, we don't do as well as we normally do?
This is Johns Hopkins. There is no moral victories here. We lost. And we're all very disappointed, and the guys in the locker room are disappointed. Were there things that we did well? Yeah. I thought we faced off well against a team that faces off well. I thought we did a good job on the wings against a team that I think is very good off the wings with Dan Segler and Isaiah Davis. I thought individually, Nick Fields did a good job with Rambo. That's tough cover. I thought for a freshman, Pat Foley did a really good job with Heacock. I think where we broke down was collectively. And I think unfortunately, we were one guy away a lot. They would dodge out of their stack. We'd slide. I thought we made some poor decisions as to when to slide. That didn't help us. And they'll do that to you because West and Cole and those guys, they can bury the ball if you don't. So I thought we made a couple poor decisions, and they create that, though, because of their abilities. And then they would just pop and fade a guy. They'd throw back. We'd gap it and rotate. They'd throw one more. We'd rotate right up. And our rotation was sharp and fast. And our recovering player should have gone down the backside and we should have bumped over. And we were one guy away. And what they did was they snuck Rambo a couple of times and he wound up with layups. And, you just can't do that. If we just go down the backside and bump across, we get to him. Now we wind up with a mismatch, but we get to him. And we didn't do that well enough. That's something that we got to iron out. And we got to iron that out tomorrow.
How much does the continual rotation, especially on the second midfield, affect how you prepare for these games?
It's look, it is what we're dealing with. And, we played without Eisler again today. Hopefully he'll be back, but there's no guarantees. So, you play the hand you're dealt. And if we're going to make excuses, then our guys are going to make excuses. We've managed without it. Is it inconvenient? Yeah. Do you not get much continuity? Yeah. But I don't know other teams' situations, and maybe they're dealing with the same thing. So far be it for me to make an excuse. It wasn't about that today. It was about us not playing well enough and making a few too many mistakes against a quality team, and they're a very good team.
Coach, last one I have, obviously, honoring the seniors, what have they meant for the program?
We've been blessed. We've got a group of seniors that have filled some really important roles, and they've not all been, on the field on Saturdays. Ryan and Derek Hembo and some of these other guys, Holden Catoni, they play, but not every one of the seniors plays. And we got a fairly young team. When you look at us next year, a lot are back. The majority of the team is back. The whole defense is back. The goalie's back. The face-off guys are back. I'm disappointed for them. I'm glad we don't end their career on Homewood Field on that note. At least we have another opportunity. But they've been great, and quite frankly, they've been great in some challenging and adverse circumstances. If they don't buy in to what we're talking about, then we don't get through these injuries. We don't handle these injuries. I mean, look at a guy like Eddie Morris. He loses his last year. Yet every day he's out at practice and he's helping guys and teaching them. And Connor Reed is out there working with guys, and so they're a pretty special group of young men that are dealing with challenges that are not easy, and I'm pretty proud of them.
What do you attribute the 8 turnovers in the first half to?
Not being sharp, but you can't take credit away from your opponent. They're a very good defense. I think we failed clear twice in the first half. And one was just as simple. If we pick the ball up and we go up the field, we circle away from the pressure, we got guys open. Just made a bad decision. And another one, I think the third one, Pat Foley goes to scoop it, misses it, goes to scoop it again and scoops it out of bounds. That's a freshman playing in a big game, and he'll learn from it. And that's the key. Is that we learn from our mistakes, and it's the end of the year, but it's not the end of learning. And if we can continue to learn, then we can get better for our next go.
Ryan, Coach mentions you get another chance to play at Homewood. If you get another chance to play Maryland, what's one thing that you would take away from today that you feel would make you better next time?
I guess being more sharp in the first half. I think we didn't do a good job of playing sharp in the first half, so I think we would come out and have a better first half would help us.
We can't afford to worry about Maryland. We got Rutgers.
Coach, you didn't coach that Rutgers game.
No, I didn't. I watched it.
Yeah, that experience. What did you anything from those tape?
I thought we played with lousy effort. I thought in general we played with a general malaise over us. I think Rutgers is a very good team. If you haven't seen them, they're a very good team. They play differently than a lot of the other Big Ten teams. They're pushing all transition. They're attacking in quick strike. They're getting goals in a lot of different ways. Their attack is hammering the ball home. If you look at points, they're off the charts with their points. I sat in the hospital bed and I watched that on a telephone, cell phone that's about that big. So, you know, look, we worked our way into the Big Ten tournament, new season right now, and that's the way we need to approach it. We need to have the right attitude. We need to not come out with a hangover, and we need to use this as motivation and improve from it.